Alrighty guys, how's it going? Nurbo here. Hope everyone's having a good day. What's up, Bufu? How you doing? I've got your card pack already sent over to you. Today, we have a lot of news to cover. It was a very full week this week. Like, very full week. Both in news and like trailers, which was tough because like I try to limit to 8 trailers a week just because like I don't want us to have like 2 hours worth of freaking trailers, you know what I mean? So yeah, there was a lot this week. So right off the bat, let's get started with some of the news. Where's my screen? So first things first, Terminator Survivors has been delayed till 2025 as they feel they need more time to get the game to meet their current goals. Is all that they had to state about that. Hopefully, I mean that's fine. Everyone is doing delays nowadays. Not to mention like it's probably for the best, honestly. Like if they want that to be good, I believe that's going to be like a Terminator survival game in general. So that'll be interesting. Following that up, we have some interesting stuff here. Owlcat Games, the makers of Pathfinder games and the Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader game, announced that they will embark on a new quest to help other studios as a publisher. They are reviewing over 50 different projects and have already signed 2 studios. The first one being Emotion Spark Studios, who is working on a narrative RPG called Rue Valley, which is a story about a man trapped in a mysterious time loop who faces his mental challenges to uncover the origin of an anomaly. And the second studio being Another Angle, who is creating a turn-based isometric RPG set in an alternative feudal Japan called Shadow of the Road, which is an immersive story in samurai honor and allegiance combined with a deep tactical turn-based combat system in a world filled with magical yokai and deadly steampunk technology. Both sound really cool on paper. Curious to see what that actually looks like. You know? Next up, I'm going to try to keep it moving because like I said, we got a lot of stuff today. Next up we have Call of Duty in the news here. Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, to be specific, which was released in 2016, is experiencing a monumental surge in popularity on Steam. All due to a mod called the H2M mod, which is porting the entirety of Modern Warfare 2's multiplayer platform into the Modern Warfare Remastered. This includes every map, mode, weapon, and even some new content, such as maps using single-player environments as a basis. It's a free-to-play mod, but it requires that you own Modern Warfare Remastered on Steam if you want to play it. Hence, the reason why there's a resurgence on this game. Well, Activision released a remastered version of Modern Warfare 2. The campaign, Modern Warfare 2 campaign, several years ago, it stripped the multiplayer offering from the game, leaving players worldwide disappointed. The reveal focused mod brings the game back to life in its glorious form. So basically, like if you guys remember the remastered version that they made, apparently didn't include the multiplayer, which was the biggest part, the biggest thing about that game. And that's what the mod does. The mod takes everything from the original Modern Warfare 2 release and puts it back into the Modern Warfare Remastered edition. And that's why the game is now exploding.
Long I've been waiting for this. I'm about to make a name for myself, yeah.
Hi Chad, how you doing?
You just make sure people know what happened here today.
The best multiplayer. It was. That's the one I think that, if I remember right, Modern Warfare 2... Well, Modern Warfare 1 was the one that put it on the map. That really, like, exploded. But I think Modern Warfare 2 is the one that took it to another level and people really became addicted. And then it kind of all started... It kind of continued for a little while, but it didn't really, like, grow more, I don't feel like. I feel like it just kind of stayed there and then eventually started going downhill. But Modern Warfare 2, I think, was the peak, in my opinion. I want to say Modern Warfare 2. Yeah, I want to say Modern Warfare 2 was the peak, for sure. Following that news, we have Simon Carless, founder of game discovery company, reported on X a new change to Steam trending charts. In response to the complaints of the free demos are stomping on paid games in the new trending game charts, Steam split out a new trending free tab, moving all the new free hotness over there. Basically, to summarize that, what he posted, if you guys know, the new and trending list on Steam is usually what like has the most downloads. It's not sales. It's actually like what gets the most downloads. That's how Steam increments like what is performing well, what's being played more, and so on. And the problem with that is that people who play demos, and there's a lot of people who play demos, have been kind of like messing up those numbers in a sense. So what they've done now is they created a separate tab just for the free to play stuff like demos and free to play games in general, so that now actual sales of games don't get like topped in the charts, I guess, because of downloads and clicks. So the guy was butthurt that demos were getting more played. It's not just one guy. This guy's a reporter. If you guys don't know what game discovery company is, it's a reporting site. It's really small compared to like some of the bigger sites, but it's a video game reporting site. This was not one guy who was complaining. It was a bunch of sellers in general were complaining that like their games were not in the top of the chart because it was being topped by a game that had a demo. Because not all games have demos on Steam. Keep that in mind. So those that don't have demos but are very well-known popular games were getting taken on the charts. And like, I can understand that because as a game maker, you need your game to sell, and you definitely want your game to sell if you want it to, if you want it to do well. And sometimes being on that new and trending list does kind of help. You know what I mean? It really does help because, like, for example, if you're selling a multiplayer game, you want to be on the new and trending list because that means that a lot of people have downloaded your game, and that means that a lot of people are probably playing your game. So it's different from the top seller tab. You know what I mean? Top seller is like sales in general, what's sold the most. The new and trending is like what's been downloaded the most, what's been getting a lot of playtime lately. You know what I mean? Like that's usually what's top of that list, and sometimes demos do top that when it's like, for example, Black Myth Wukong, which is on the top of the trending free example that they have here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. It's an understandable thing. It's an understandable thing, and plus, Steam is so good compared to any other online store that the more features they put in, the better for all of us, honestly. So like, this is fine. This probably took no effort on Steam's part. We will be playing Wukong. Oh yeah, you're gonna play it on release, chat? I know you bought it. You've been telling me over and over how you bought it. Following that, we have the PlayStation Plus catalog. This is for you, Chad, since you have a PlayStation Plus. This is for August. So, first up, we have PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium. We have The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, PS4, PS5, a great game. We have Wild Hearts, Standard Edition on PS5. Cult of the Lamb, PS4 and PS5, which is getting a new DLC soon, by the way. It was one of the trailers that I got rid of for this week that popped up. I had 26 different trailers, and I had to narrow it to 8. You'll have to forgive me if I didn't include a DLC to a game that's been out for a while. Ride 5 PS5, Watch Dogs 2 PS4, Sword Art Online Last Recollection on PS4 and 5, Naruto to Boruto. Is that really what that's called? Is that the name of the anime? Naruto to Boruto, interesting. Shinobi Strike PS4. I feel like they could have came up with a much better name than that. Sword Art Online Alicization Lycoris PS4. I feel like I said that wrong. Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet PS4. Apparently there's a lot of Sword Art Online this August for PS5. Sword Art Online Hollow Realization PS4. Chad, when are you doing a Sword Art Online franchise playthrough? PlayStation Premium, PSVR 2, and Classics. We have Vacation Simulator, PSVR 2. Time Splitters, PS4 and PS5. Time Splitters 2 on PS4 and PS5. Time Splitters Future Perfect, PS4, PS5. I didn't know there was that many of those games. We got more Sword Art Online Lost Song on PS4. And that kind of covers it. That's it for the PlayStation catalog for August. Sword Art Online, let's go. Yeah, tons of it, man. If you got a PlayStation and you've got PlayStation Plus, you're eating well. Eating well. When you playing Elden Ring, I don't own Elden Ring. So when, I cannot tell you, because right now I cannot spend money on games. I have a huge video game library that I have to play for now. No buying games for a little while. This is an interesting one. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission on Wednesday finalized a ban on companies knowingly buying or selling fake online reviews, giving the agency the power to levy fines against the shadowy practice. The ban covers trafficking in fake reviews, whether by non-existent customer, company insiders, or artificial intelligence. It also prohibits buying and selling fabricated views or followers on social media and using intimidation tactics to remove negative reviews. The FTC can seek a maximum penalty of up to $51,744, weird number, I know, per violation. Fake reviews not only were a waste of people's time and money, but also pollute the marketplace and divert business away from honest competitors, the FTC chairman Lina Khan said in a statement. I think that's awesome. I can't count how many times I've mostly on Amazon, I would say, that I've seen this, that you can kind of read it and it does sound like a fake like review. I don't know how many times it's happened to you guys, but like on Amazon, I kind of feel like that happens a lot for like certain products. And it's kind of great because I really hate that. I hate that so much. Another perfect example is like Yelp. I feel like it's super fake. And Google. The Google reviews are very, very fake, to be honest. I knew a guy actually who he opened up a fish store, and he asked all of us, because we all knew each other, we were all friends in the same office. He asked us all to go on there and put a review. It's like, I never did it, but like, yeah, that's not how that works. That's not how that should work. So like, that's great, honestly, that they're doing shit like that. I see it a lot. Yeah, a lot of reviews are fake. A lot of reviews. A lot of the 5-star reviews tend to be very, very fake. It's crazy how many like businesses and products are like 5 stars and like yeah, like no. Following that up, we have interesting news on Epic here. This is more of an informative thing than anything, than actual like news, but I liked this interview and it was kind of interesting, and it kind of solidifies something for us. We're not going to see video games from Epic for free. They've been doing it for a while now. I didn't realize how long they've been doing it for. That's not going anywhere, apparently. Not for a good while. In fact, what might slowly disappear is the Epic exclusives that are outside the publishing. But let me actually go over what was in this actual interview, which was pretty cool. Epic has been giving away games on Epic Game Store since the launch at the end of 2018. That's 6 years, by the way. Enticing Steam users to install its launcher with freebies. More than 580 million free games were claimed just last year. That's just last year, by the way. Thanks to documents that came out during Epic's legal fight with Apple, we learned that the company spent $11.6 million on free games in just the first 9 months of the program. On a call with the press earlier this week, Epic CEO Tim Sweeney said that it's been a very economical. Giving away free games seems counterintuitive as a strategy, but companies spend more time. Companies spend money to acquire users into games, said Sweeney, for about a quarter of the price that it costs to acquire users through Facebook ads and Google search ads. You might think that this hurts the sales perspective of the games on the Epic Store, but developers who give away free games actually see an upsurge in the sales of their paid games on the store, just because their free games raised awareness. What the fluff? What the what? Did I accidentally click something? I don't know what happened there. I must have clicked something accidentally. Anyway, where was I? Did it hurt the sales? Game the Epic Store. Developers give away free games. Actually see an upsurge on their sale to their paid games on the store, just because their free game raised awareness. We spent a lot of money on exclusives, says Sweeney, and a few of them worked extremely well. A lot of them were not good investments, but the free game program has been just magical. Essentially what they're saying is that, like, and I can kind of see how this works, giving away free games, and it's funny because this worked for a game that we actually know a lot, and it wasn't even on Epic. Giving away free games is a good way to get people to play your game. It also, if they have friends, can encourage friends to then buy the game. World War Z, perfect example, and then DLCs and so on. And that's kind of what they're saying, is like, because like for the most part, Epic usually gives out just base games. Sometimes they give out a complete collection, sometimes not. For the most part, usually it's like the base, and then people have to buy the DLCs and so on to get the full everything. It's been funny that they say that, because like they say that like Facebook and like advertisements in general are more expensive than just giving out these games for free, and like it gets more players in the game, which also boosts awareness of the game, so then it also like gets more sales for them at the end of the day, which I think is hilarious. So like they've literally said that this model has been more profitable than them actually doing exclusives, paying companies to get exclusive game rights. I didn't put it in here, but he does go on to say that, like, as far as exclusivity goes on, they're not going to be pursuing it too much, but they do have a publishing side to their, to their thing, and anything they do publish will have exclusivity. That's kind of as far as they're going to go with that, which kind of makes sense. They're the publisher at that point. But yeah, I find it kind of hilarious, and keep in mind that those free games are just going to keep coming, man. They're not going anywhere. Apparently, it's their most profitable form of advertisement. Come on, you want to come in? Come in. You're such a troll. I swear, that cat scratching at the door like crazy. I open the door and doesn't want to come in. Ay. BRB gonna race at my PC. Sounds good. World War Z is a good example. I love playing side quests to unlock the main story mission. Yeah, I think Rebirth has a lot of that, Chad. Like, Rebirth they kind of really went full Yakuza there. It has a ton of, like, stuff. I was gonna mention also, there's one game that, I don't know if any of you guys remember. The game's name was Content Warning. I think it was for like 24 hours or something like that. They made it free. People could just get the game for free. So like a bunch of people got it because it was a free game. Why not? And then the people who played it, it blew up on Twitch. It blew up on Twitch for like a good week. And people who didn't take advantage of the free thing, myself included, ended up having to buy the game. And it was a cheap game. It wasn't that expensive. I think it was like $10 or something like that. Like, man, that's a huge surge in sales right there. Sales that they weren't expecting to have because they were like a tiny indie company, and like, their overhead is really tiny, so like didn't hurt them at all. So it's like crazy that a little tiny indie company, I think, had like a player base of almost 6 million for like the first week, which is nuts. It's nuts. Like no indie company ever expects the numbers like that. I don't think they They might have broken an indie record, honestly. I don't even know for a fact or not, but... Oh, no, wait, never mind. They didn't, because, like, we got to keep in mind that Pal World technically is indie, and Pal World was just ridiculous. But, yeah, like, considering that, like, they didn't have any of the exposure that, like, Pal World had, like, that's kind of awesome. Like, they didn't have any, like, trailers or anything. They just put it up for free, and people grabbed it and played it, and they had a good time. That was it. They didn't do any of the crazy advertisement that Pal World did. Like... It's just nuts. I think it's awesome at the same time. Following that up, let's see here. We have the Epic Game Store. Which, for this week, if you guys have not picked it up yet, we have World of Warships Starter Pack. If you've never played World of Warships, apparently you get like a ship called the Albany or something like that. I don't know what else is in there. And you also get Death's Gambit Afterlife. I've actually done a playthrough of this game a long time ago. There's a DLC. I went to check up on this game. There's a DLC that came out later that I didn't even know about. So we might do a future playthrough of that one day if I ever get that DLC. And do another playthrough of it. That's a really awesome 2D Dark Souls game. So highly recommend that one if you guys haven't played it. Get it for free on Epic. Like, just do it. Why not? It's a good game, man. It's a really good game. Following that, we have Twitch in the news. So this week, Twitch rolled out an experimental prompt powered by machine learning that encourages users to pause before sending chat messages that are potentially harmful. This experiment is to help decrease harassment and facilitate more positive interactions on Twitch. They will be running the experiment over the next few weeks. So if you guys see here on the picture example, that's kind of what's supposed to happen. I don't know if I personally have to turn this on. If I do, I don't think I'll be turning it on because I really don't care. There's not enough of you guys here to like bother me too much. And if you guys do say something really stupid, like, I'll let you guys know, or I'll just time it out and purge it. But that's cool, I guess. That's interesting for like big streamers, you know. Yeah. So that's a thing. I'm not sure what constitutes it, and this might be part of Automod. I don't know for a fact, but I do know that that's coming out. Also, Bufu, enjoy those emotes. I've been meaning to give that to somebody as we hit the bit goal some time ago, and I haven't had a chance to actually give that to somebody. So you were the first person I've seen in the last few days that actually came in here without a sub. So there you go. Enjoy that. On to the next bit of news here. We have more Twitch news. This is a weird one. So Twitch rolled out video stories this week for affiliates and partners. Viewers can now watch your stories on the left navigation screen, follow page, and channel page on the web. I don't do stories. Maybe something I'll have to look into. It might just be more work on my part to do this. But yeah, they're just trying to copy the YouTube Shorts and Instagram Stories thing. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, but apparently that's out now. I don't do stories either. I don't think many people do. I'll be honest, I don't think many people do. I think the people who do use these stories are more of the VTuber girl stuff. It's more of just like dumb stuff. Like, I don't think video game streamers use this kind of stuff. I feel like that's more for like the IRL and the VTuber girls, you know? Because that's usually what you see in those YouTube shorts anyway. It's a lot of that stuff in the Instagram shorts. Like, I don't know. Or stories. And then the last bit of news, which kind of came out of nowhere for me. So it got added last minute. But this is awesome. PUBG publisher Krafton has acquired Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP. from Xbox as part of a strategic agreement. The firm says it is working with Xbox to enable a smooth transition so that the Tango team can continue developing the Hi-Fi Rush IP and explore future projects. So they kind of shut down the studio, but I guess not everyone, it wasn't like fully completed, so they haven't like really fired anyone yet, technically. And they ended up selling the entire company and its people, and even the Hi-Fi Rush, only the Hi-Fi Rush, by the way, IP, to Krafton. That is phenomenal news, man. That is honestly phenomenal. I wish that they had all the IPs. I don't know what Microsoft is going to do with the old IPs. There's a good chance they won't do anything with the old IPs, like Ghost Runner Tokyo and The Evil Within. I don't know if we'll ever see Evil Within 3. But at least Hi-Fi Rush is going to come on. Honestly, the funny thing about this, because they got the Hi-Fi Rush IP, and the fact that this is literally their words, continue developing the Hi-Fi Rush IP and explore future projects. This is literally their words. Means that we probably have a Hi-Fi Rush 2 coming. Like, no joke. Like, there might be a second Hi-Fi Rush literally on its way, or like starting development as of now. So, yeah, there you go. You're never getting an Evil Within 3. Probably not. If they do, it's not going to be... I mean, Microsoft does give out licensing to their games to other companies. Sort of. It's more like what Sony did with Helldivers. Like, a lot of people don't realize this, but like, Arrowhead Studios is not owned by Sony. Sony contracted them and is publishing Helldivers 2. So, like, they kind of have some degree of ownership over the Helldivers 2 IP. Not the Helldivers IP in general. And, yeah, so Sony paid them to go do that and gave them a lot of money for their project so that they can make that game. Microsoft has done that a lot more than Sony over the years. So it could still happen that they make a Evil Within 3 and, you know, Microsoft shows up to Krafton's like, hey, listen, here's some money. I want them to make this game for me. That's still a huge possibility. It might not happen for two reasons, though. Mainly because Krafton is its own publishing company, so it wouldn't make a lot of sense for a game under a publishing company to make a game for another publishing company. You know, that wouldn't make a lot of sense at all. But hey, I don't know. I don't know how these business contracts work. I don't know if there's exclusivity rights there or not. I really don't know. Because at the end of the day, it comes down to Krafton to allow Game Tango to even make an Evil Within 3 for Microsoft, if Microsoft wanted to do that. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't think we'll ever get an Evil Within 3. If they do, it's going to be most likely by an in-house developer on Microsoft's part. That's probably what will happen. It probably will not be Tango Gameworks again. And with that being said, we've covered the news section. Like I said, there was a lot of stuff this week. A lot of really interesting stuff. Now, it's time for trailers. As I said before, we had like 26 trailers. I narrowed it down to like 8 so that we don't have a buttload of just trailers for hours. I think these were the most interesting and different games. So, let's do this. Penguin? What do you mean penguin? Which umbrella-looking villain did Burgess's Meredith famously portray in the 1960s Batman TV series? Find out. Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds like it. Waddling into the role of the mischievous Crackle, Meredith became the iconic as the Penguin in the classic 1960s Batman series. That was actually a pretty easy one, and probably the only one for the first time I could actually guess myself. Nice job, Chad. I think you're the first one to actually get one of those right. So, the first game we have here for trailer time is a game called Ambulance Life.
Gunshots were reported close to a local bar. There are reports of the victim losing a lot of blood. Received loud and clear. We arrived on site. Okay, let's have a look. One of the patients seems to be having trouble breathing. Let's put him in the ambulance.
Oh, he's been shot up.
I'll check his vitals.
Oh, his fingers are purple. That's not good.
I'll try to stabilize him so we can take him to the hospital. Dispatch, this is ambulance 152.
He's got blue lips too, man. Stop breathing.
Pelicano Hospital with a 35-year-old male patient.
Either that or he's losing a lot of
Please advise
blood.
the emergency department of our rapid transport status. Over.
Dispatch to ambulance 152 received a report of a major incident, possible highway bridge collapse causing traffic accident. Over.
I found someone here. This one needs assistance right now. I'm going to defibrillate. Charging to 150 joules. Everybody, clear!
Now, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's a little bit about that game that has me a little like, that's janky, indie. But at the same time, it's interesting. It's a very interesting concept for a game. Especially for like a simulator type game. So, I thought it was pretty cool. Following that up, we have a game which I think is going to be really, really good. I actually want to play the first game that they made by these guys. Here is a game called Band of Crusaders, who I believe made the Band of Brothers game.
In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. The world is a wicked place, and we are naught but sinners. Yet I beseech thee, O Lord, to protect us from evil. May thy firm hand reign over these lands. Evil devours remnants of life from this realm. Please, grant us the strength to resist the darkness. To cleanse this earth of corruption. Grant me the courage to one day join those who risk their lives to save this world. Lord, make me an instrument of your peace, so that one day I too may proudly say I am part of the crusade. Because the vermin have inherited the world. Amen.
Oof. Let me just confirm this. Actually, maybe they didn't make the Band of Brothers game. The style is very similar, I'll be honest with you. Let me just confirm that. Oh, it's Band of Mercenaries, I think is what I'm thinking. Not Band of Brothers. No, it's not that one either. Shit. What's the name of the game I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of a game. I can't remember now what the actual name is. I thought it was Band of Brothers. I might have mixed that up. Oh well, forget everything I said about that. Apparently I was completely wrong. The next game, which is more important right now, is a game that looks really, really pretty in my opinion. It looks like it's going to have a really cool story. Here is a game called The Nightling.
Sir Lionstone, the most valorous knight one could ever meet. Leagues above any guard and soldier in the realm. Unmatched in his appetite for adventure. Always ready to charge ahead. Flaunting his sharp eye and peerless aim, relentlessly striking his targets with a legendary precision and grace. Even so, never too proud for the smallest of quests. For a knight has to be ready at the best of times. And most certainly at the worst. As the one constant in life is change.
Everybody better see a chat game. This isn't a chat game? You wouldn't play this, chat?
The Nightling.
This looks cool.
All heroes start small.
Yeah. It's a cool looking game. Following that up, we have this other game, which reminds me of the movie Dread. Here is a game called Defect.
We called this city man's last resort. Because everything on the outside would kill us. We're like crabs in a barrel, fighting to get to the top. Pulled down by everyone else. By justice that only knows how to place its boot on your neck. By outlaws that couldn't care less if you lived or died. You want to know the way to survive? You fight. Fight like a starving dog, eyeing the meal.
Yeah. Interesting looking trailer. Like, I don't know about you, but I got like Dredd, Judge Dredd, like vibes from that. This next one, honestly, is probably one of the best games on here. And it's really, really cool. I'm digging this game like a lot. Here is a game called The Plucky Squire.
Many great tales are founded upon a humble beginning. That is, if that humble beginning can be found. The peaceful land of Mojo is thrown into turmoil by a magical attack from the wicked sorcerer, Humgrump. This is a job for the hero of the land, Jot, the Plucky Squire. Jot has a knack for defeating wickedness with his trusty blade, and this battle against the horrid Humgrump should prove to be no exception. Foes will be felled as the fair folk of the land cheer Jot on. Except the folk of the land all have one question on their minds. When will this grand new adventure actually, you know, begin? The land was abuzz, the anticipation electric. Jot could not let the people down, and luckily, it seems that he has found an answer to their question.
That's creative.
Yes, Jot, that seems to be working. You always have a way with words. Keep it up. And there it is.
Next
Our
month.
great story has found its beginning.
That's really cool. For any guys who didn't catch any of that, it's like a really cool thing where it's like 3D going into the book to be 2D and then coming back out to be 3D again. It's kind of a really cool concept. Next up, we have a game that's honestly too big that it's impossible for me not to have it here. Here is the Dragon Age Veilguard trailer. I mean, it's too big of a franchise for me not to put it up here. But we got an actual legitimate trailer, not no cinematic. Like, this has some actual like story plot and stuff in it.
You have no idea what you have done. The blighted elven gods walk free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
You battle against gods. They will not rest until you are on your knees. Fearful, cowering, helpless in the face of such power.
Rook, you've got this. I've seen your work. You're clever, adaptable, and you don't know when to quit.
You know what the interesting thing here? I think they're continuing the Inquisition quest line. Because that's two characters that they showed from the Inquisition game.
I'll be damned. A griffin. In war, victory. I'm ready.
I've never seen this before. There's something kind of exciting about it.
It also seems like they're trying to go a more
What is happening to me?
Ex Machina slash
Let the fade draw.
Dragon Age anime.
Draw the dragon out into the open.
I think it's Dragon Age Absolution. What's the name of the anime theme?
Maybe that's what scares me.
So they're trying to go more of like that kind of theme, like a
These are
plucky.
the times in which legends are born or slain.
Is that who I think it is? Holy shit, she got reworked. She looks younger.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand
This makes me
against
want to
that?
play the first game all over again. Do the whole franchise from the beginning.
So let's get it done.
Yeah, I feel like they're trying to go like the D&D route of like the plucky group of heroes coming together to do stuff. Receive the Blood Dragon cosmetic. That's really. I'm sorry, like that doesn't look that cool in my opinion. It's like completely grayscaled with just dragon blood on it. Like, you could have came up with something cooler than that. Honestly. Halloween. Oh, yeah, I see that. October 31st. The Halloween theme, I guess, maybe is what they're going for there. Yeah, that makes a little bit more sense, I guess. I don't know. I still think it's lame. The next game. The next game I thought was really, really pretty. really interesting, really different, I guess, from all these other games. It's a game called Tiny Glade. I totally would play. I'd play all these games that I just showed you. I'm not a picky person, Chad. You're definitely way pickier than I am when it comes to games. Like, if it's something I can have fun with, like, I can play it. And, like, there's a lot of different types of genres that I can have fun with. A little excessive on the lights there, but okay. Tiny Glade. I'm curious if there's more to this than just building and like terrain mapping, but that looks so pretty, honestly. Turn the purple down. No, we need more purple in our lives. Bleed purple. Oh god. And then I'm actually glad that this was also announced this week. That they put out a trailer for this week, because in my earlier news, if you guys remember, I mentioned how Owlcat Games is publishing games now, and they've already signed 2 projects. Well, here's one of the projects called Rue Valley, which looks pretty cool, actually.
Mr. Harrow, can you hear me? We've got a long road ahead of us. Here in Rue Valley, time stands still, giving you an opportunity to reflect. Amid this calm, your motivation may find its second wind. You've been through a lot lately. May I ask, how is your sleep these days? These are tough emotions. You should know that there's nothing wrong with feeling them, and that they will eventually pass. See you tomorrow, Mr. Harrow.
Looked pretty cool to me. So, yeah. And that kind of does it for the news and trailer portion of today's stream. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Really quick, as I say at the end of all these things all the times, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. It really helps to appease the algorithm gods, and I really appreciate it. For the rest of us here on Twitch, we're going to do some games.